Yo, what's going on YouTube? Talking Halo Battle Royale. What do we know? Leaks, info, confirmed information. What do we got? We're going to discuss it in this video along with how we think the Battle Royale is going to play out. So we're going to hop into it with first talking about the leaks that came out before the game released. What we know of that is the only real piece of evidence we have is there's a voice line of the announcer saying Battle Royale. I'm going to put all this in the description below, so if you want to check it out, listen to it for yourself, and for all the other evidence we go over, it'll be below. I'm not going to show it because I don't know if it's like legal or whatever. I don't know how they handle that, so we're not going to be showing it, but if you want to check it out, you can. The next leak evidence we have is pretty recent, actually. Like everything else before that, was kind of just rumors and stuff. So the next leaked we have is a list of game settings. This is actually pretty unique. Some of the settings that are noteworthy are respawn and drop pod is a setting that you can turn off or on. Starting respawn tokens. So maybe you start with 1 life and you can go to a station and revive your teammate or respawn him. Containment zone enabled. So I'm assuming that's the ring or what they're going to call it. But there's also another setting below that called containment zone quadrant. So instead of it being like a classic ring like Battle Royale where it just closes in and gets smaller and smaller, maybe sections of the map and like just random spots will close off, make it a more unique final zone. Other interesting settings in this leaked, again, this will be down below if you want to check it out, is, let's see here, execute and bleed out time enabled. So they can enable it, disable it. Use zone revive, not too sure what that is. In alternate loot table, they can have different game modes, like maybe a snipers only BR mode or something. Let's move on to the next leak that we have. There's one leak called Tanaka, which is kind of like a code name that everyone's assuming for the BR. And what this is it shows 100 bots, last team standing, 25 teams of 4. And there's another version called 60 bots, last team wins, 20 teams of 3. And then there's free-for-all 60 bots and free-for-all 100 bots. And let's go over some more concrete information of what we know. Certain Affinity, they made an announcement in 2020 saying, hey, we're working with alongside 343, we're making content for them. And they said this is in August of 2020. They said last December, meaning December 2019. This is how long they've been working with 343. So this game mode has been in development since then. So that's 2 years and like 5 months. So that's good development time that that Certain Affinity has in Halo Infinite, just for one game mode. Now, whether this will be a separate app like Warzone, who knows? Maybe you can start it from inside Halo Infinite. We'll just have to wait and find out. What else do we got here? Let's talk about how Halo Infinite Battle Royale is going to play out. I believe that Halo Infinite will have weapon rarity similar to Fortnite, because if you look at the campaign, we have weapon variants inside the campaign for doing the side missions, the side bounty missions where you kill the like generals. Each weapon has its own variant, and there's also been more leaked variants of weapons. Let's use the sniper rifle for example. Like in Halo 5, there was the rec packs, but you could get sniper rifles that shot fire rounds or that had like extended mags. So assuming like you get a legendary sniper in Halo Infinite BR, it might have fire rounds with 6 rounds in a mag before you have to reload. Now, is that going to be overpowered? I don't know, because assuming the shield situation uses overshields, in previous Halos, we've had overshields that don't just give you 1 extra shield bar, but give you 2, 3, and 4 extra shield bars. So maybe if you keep picking up shields or leveling up shields, you get quad overshield, and that's maybe how the shield system will work. Again, we just have to wait and find out, but that's how I think it will work for the shield system. Or it could be like in campaign where you got points and put into your shield upgrade in the campaign to level up your shields. Could be similar to that. But also in the campaign, we had the rec center. You could request vehicles and weapons, and I believe that is also how you will be able to revive teammates possibly. Maybe you have to go to one of those rec stations and request a teammate revive. And then in that settings list, if you remember what I was just talking about, they said respawn in drop pod. So if you go to that rec station and revive your teammate, they'll come in a drop pod. Now, I don't know if the game will start you in drop pods or if it's just respawns are in drop pods. We'll still have to wait and find out how that works. You would think that it would be a cool idea to come in a drop pod, but I could also see it being really cool to jump out of a pelican, like to start the match. But we'll have to wait and find out about that. But also, there's a rumor going around that Forge will be heavily involved in the BR mode. So, is that going to be like Fortnite created maps inside the Fortnite map, like they did for Season 2? Who knows? But what it could be is maybe they're just going to use a bunch of Forge assets to constantly rotate the map and keep it fresh every week, so they don't have to constantly develop really good AAA content. I know that sounds like kind of bad on their part, and I don't really like that too much. But I think they'll cheap out and use Forge, keep the content fresh on the map, which is kind of lame in my opinion, but that's for what I foresee them doing. Maybe not the whole map, just like certain sections of the map will be Forge content. And this is, I think, assuming that the BR map takes place on Halo Ring, which I don't know if it will, because they've been pushing that Academy stuff, the story for multiplayer that's called Academy. And the first Academy video we got, we saw the girl hiding behind the car, and like a bunch of Spartans ODST drop in and like save the girl hiding behind the car, and she becomes the Spartan. So maybe the BR map will actually just be inside of like a big city environment, which I think could be better than taking place on a Halo Ring. If it takes place on a Halo Ring, I want to see the pillars drop out around the map for the closing ring. But this is just all kind of like speculation right now. There's no evidence to support this. This is just kind of what I hope, and based off in-game mechanics, like that's how it's going to play out, I believe. I don't know, we'll have to wait and see. I believe that's like all we really got. There's not too much information. A lot of it's just like kind of guesswork and hearsay and rumors going around. Because like at the beginning, Halo also, like before the game came out, they said the only BR we like is the battle rifle. Maybe they don't want a BR, but maybe they also just, it's a BR, they just don't want to call it a BR. Maybe they're going to call it something different so they can get away from that. But at the end of the day, what matters in this Halo BR mode is content. If they launch it and it does not have a roadmap or some type of planned content for the future, it's just dead in the water. Why are you releasing it? They need constant updates to keep it fresh. That's the only thing going to keep this BR alive, and potentially Halo Infinite alive. We'll have to wait and see. Thanks for checking out the video. Like, subscribe, do all the fun YouTube stuff, and catch you next time.